Both of you have experienced financial successes. How do you ensure that wealth does not create distance or tensions within your family? And what lessons have you learned in that regard? Possibly you can share those nuggets with us.
First of all, it is not to be materialistic. One thing that we have accepted is that we started the relationship when we didn't have. As you can see, we're all both. He had just graduated from university, and I was still in the university. And I remember the days that my husband would give me transport. He's not in the Stingy Men Association, so at least I remember the days that he would give me transport of. He could afford to give me 20,000 for me to go back to Uganda Christian University, Mukono, and he would afford to buy me
clothes, because this is your designer.
No. By that time,
he was not a designer yet.
No, his money was not enough for him to be able to buy me clothes. My parents could afford that. But I mean, yes, you take your girlfriend out and be able to do the basic things by soda. Actually, one of the things that excited me about him was that he was not taking alcohol. And when we had this first meeting and he was not taking alcohol, and I'm like, wait, you don't drink?
How are we going to handle this?
You don't drink? And then he's like, no, I don't drink. And I'm like, okay, I also don't drink. And the fact that he was from a staunch Christian family and his brother, who is the bishop, made me to get saved in senior one. So I felt very comfortable that I was dealing with a person that has come from a Christian foundation. So I'm saying this because when you're starting a relationship, it's very, very important for you to know the background of the person you're going to date. Because if you're not in the same wavelength, it's going to be very complicated in the later stages. When love goes through the window or starts fading away, then it's going to be very difficult. When money comes, children come, and you don't have power, when you don't have a strong foundation, you can be sure that relationship will not last. Because you must have a very solid foundation. The basic questions that you ask when you're starting to date, what are your do's and don'ts? You have to be very serious about those questions. Because I would tell you, my husband and I even went an extra mile of writing down the do's and don'ts.
What was the pressure there? Was he just offering clarity on it, or was Kajik tormented in the previous relationship that now he needed to be clear what he's getting into?
No, because you have to watch the society. You have to see what makes other people's relationship not work. For instance, I had to explain to him why I didn't want to go in the marriage with his name when we did the marriage counseling. He didn't like it, but once I explained it to him, that look,
it made sense.
At this time we're getting married, the number 2 in the country is having a challenge of the spouse demanding his name.
Yes.
But I don't want you to use my name because
we're not together. On the...
So, and I told my husband that, look here, I am not saying that down that road is where we're going, but I just want us to safeguard ourselves.
Just in case.
Just in case. So he told me, okay, fine. If this is the case, then I am happy. And I told him that, look here, all the children will have your name. You will always be my darling. And so don't worry about the fact that I don't call myself Kajik or Mrs. Kajik, because what is in meeting the names? But we had to define this from day one. So that's why I'm saying it's very, very important when you're starting a relationship to really spell out the don'ts and the do's. And that way you'll not be able to cross the line. For instance, he doesn't drink and I don't drink. And so drinking is a no-no for us. And I had to ask him, I had to quiz him more. What happened? How come you don't drink? Because I didn't want him to pretend that he doesn't drink and then goes behind my back.
And then later bounces.
And then drinks, and that will bring problems. And we had to open up about our previous relationship. When you go into a relationship, it's very important that you have to open up about your past relationships. And you speak about it openly, because if you're going to be enclosed and don't talk about your past, neighbors will come and tell you, friends will tell you, but did you know that was one of his ex-girlfriends? So once he tells me his ex-girlfriends, so he told me the ex-girlfriends ahead. When people came and started telling me, this time when you're getting married, everyone is coming to start telling you, do you know that was his ex-girlfriend? Do you know this was your ex-boyfriend? So they go to tell him. So he'll be like, no, she already told me that. And one thing that I love about my husband is that he'll be very transparent about it and
Yep.
he'll tell me. And so I told him everything and I still tell him everything and he tells me everything. So that's why we are able to manage the relationship amid this what you call power, money, and
Very, very interesting.